Good day, everyone. My name is Redwan Teslim Lioni. I'm the founder and CEO at ICAN Online Tutors. I'm sending out this message to our students that will be starting their classes tomorrow, the 11th of July, 2026. They'll be starting their ICAN classes for those that will be taking ICAN. And I just want to share some messages and some tips. Firstly, I wish you the very best and nothing but success in this November 2026 diet. Secondly, also is that over the years we have worked with thousands of students, and I always like my saddest part of the year is whenever the result is out, and yes, a lot of our students make it, but some of them are unable to make it, and this is usually very sad. And this is why I want to share this information and tips with you guys on what you need to do to pass your exams. Uh, I hope they work out for you. Anyways, so firstly is that kill that fear now. You need to kill that fear telling you that, oh, you might not pass these exams. That is the greatest enemy. I will tell you, this is the major reasons students fail their exams. They have this fear right from the very beginning that they are not sure whether they want to pass the exams. And once you have this kind of mindset, you take this mindset, you take classes with this mindset, you get to the exam with this mindset, your chances of passing this exam is very low. So kill this mindset before you start your classes tomorrow. Second thing is that also students, I've heard students say this also. They've called me, they've sent me messages telling me that they are not that brilliant. And I want to tell you something. Those that have passed the ICAN exams also, maybe at one point also they felt that way also, or they told themselves the same thing, that they are not that brilliant. And you can be sure that some of them are not even as brilliant or as intelligent as you are. What they did was to kill the fear, prepare very well for the exams, and go out there to write the exams with all confidence. So you need all the confidence. So whether you think because you graduated with the second class lower, or a weak second class upper, or a third class, or a pass, you can still excel in this exam. It's still very possible. A lot of people have done it before. You can also do it. The third thing is that people brood over their failures. So, I mean, I've a lot of students have also messaged me where they've never failed an exam in their life, and it was when they took ICAN that they first failed an exam, and they get very discouraged. And I can understand where that is coming from. I can understand how they feel because I've also been there before. The first time I failed an exam also was when I took the ICAN exams, and I felt very, very bad. But I will tell you that failure is part of the process. Most of these big CFOs, big chartered accountants you see out there, many of them also failed this exam, but they didn't allow that one failure or two failures to stop them from achieving their goals. So they went on to take the exam to prepare again for that same paper, and they passed. And you can be sure that ICANN is even much easier than it was before, because there was a time when if you failed one paper, you would have to rewrite all the papers. But now there's a credit system that credits you. So that would be number three. Number four would be that uh, students don't start early. They don't start early. They wait. They think about it. They take their time before they make the decisions. Then they start rushing that minute. I will tell you this also: early preparation increases your chances of passing the exams. Make sure you join the classes as early as possible, and make sure you start studying as early as possible. Don't say you have time. Don't say, oh, it's still 3 months to exam, it's still 4 months to exams. Make sure you start studying immediately. Number 5 is that students most especially busy professionals, busy students, they belittle the little time that they have for study. So I will tell you, times, if you are very busy, maybe because of your work or anything, there are times where you have the chance to study, but you think it's too little or you think it's not ideal for you, whereas it's ideal. And a lot of students have used this. So number 1, when you are transiting from your home to your workplace, yes, when you are transiting from your home to your workplace, this is it. When you go, if you drive, for example, and you're alone in your car, we tell you connect your device to your Bluetooth or to your hands-free, whichever is convenient for you. Listen to the theory parts of your lectures. It's a good time to listen to the theory parts of your lecture. Theory courses, theory parts of your calculation courses. This is a very good time to listen to it. That's if you are driving. If you are not driving, it's not a time to chat with the driver of the vehicle. It's a time for you to have a quiet time. If you are going with your staff boss, that even makes it better. It's not a time for you to chat with your office bestie. Put your hands free, get a headphone, put it in your ears, open the app. That 30 minutes, that 1 hour, 30 minutes that you use in transiting from your home to your office is a very, very good time for you to study. Yes, take note of that. When you get to the office, that 30 minutes break, that 1 hour break, you usually have at midday. This is another time for you to study. Don't belittle it. That 30 minutes will go a long way. Also, when you're leaving your workplace, also, the time when you transit from your office back home, also, that 1 hour, 30 minutes, when you transit back home, is also a good time for you to study, for you to learn. So if you are driving, make sure you listen to the audio part, the theory parts of your lectures. If you are not driving, you can be watching the videos. Calculations might not still be that easy for you. You might not get it at by watching the video once, so you might need to watch it another time. But I'm very sure you will grab some things when you watch it the first time, and by the time you're watching it the second time, you will understand it fully. So by the end of the day, if you stick to what I've just said, you will have studied for at least 2 to 3 hours for that day. And if you do that for 5 days in a week, Monday to Friday, that's about 15 hours of study. So with this, your weekends, you attend lectures. If you still have time within your weekends, also try and study depending on the number of courses you are doing. For example, if you are doing 6 papers at the skills level, this might be very difficult for you. So you might just have to use your whole weekend to attend lectures. But of course, you can still study the way I've said, 3 hours daily for the next 5 days. I hope you find this beneficial. I wish you the very best in your exams. I wish you the beneficial knowledge, retentive memory, and success in your forthcoming exams. I wish you all nothing but success. That's all. I wish you all the best. Success this night. Success in November 2026. Try in your final level. You'll become chartered this year. If you're in your skills level, you move to the final level. And if you're in your foundation level, you move to the skills level this year. I wish you all the best. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you like. Make sure you turn on your notification to get more tips on how you can strategize and pass your ICAN exams and other exams that we prepare students for. All right, take care. Bye.